Hello everybody, this is Todd D1 here to do a video on, um, well, it's been a little bit since I did, some YouTube videos and stuff, other things. Since things are back on track and everything and looking pretty good, I decided to make, I got 5 brand new videos I'm going to be making for the next few days or so. The one I'm making today is, the one I'm doing right now. Um, so NetherRealm Studios NetherRealm Studios, which is the creators that make Mortal Kombat and, the Injustice DC games. Well, in NetherRealm Studios, Ed Boon has talked about actually doing a Marvel fight game. He's also talked about doing a Marvel versus DC fighting game. Well, um, and I was thinking, since we're probably not going to get you know, a, a Marvel versus DC game yet, or whenever we're going to get one, I feel like it'd be better to start off with just a plain Marvel Injustice like style game. Even though it won't be called Injustice with Marvel, it'll be called something different. But one of the things I think would be really cool with this is to have really huge character rosters and story ideas for the game. Now, how would a Marvel NRS game do? How would it work, or how it would be? Um, Well, I mean, you have like 3 different stories you can actually do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You can do the Thanos storyline with the Infinity Stones. You could do the multiverse war stuff with King the Conqueror. The other, you can do stuff with the Secret Wars and do stuff with the villains such as Doctor Doom or the Beyonder, for example. I think would be really interesting ideas for a game like this. And me personally, I think I think this would actually be probably one of the coolest things to make is actually a Marvel game. I do have a roster that I did kind of make for the game of heroes, villains, and DLC characters added later. So I will read off some of what I have here. Um, so here are the Marvel characters that I've listed on this game. Um, Number 1 is Captain America. Number 2, we have Iron Man. At 3, we have Thor, Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange. We've got Falcon, War Machine, Winter Soldier, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Shang-Chi, Ant-Man and Wasp. We've got Captain Marvel. We've got Daredevil and Elektra. We got Iron Fist, Ghost Rider, Blade, Punisher, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Cyclops. Storm, Rogue, Jubilee, and then last but not least, Quicksilver. So we have 31 Marvel base roster characters here. And these are just base roster characters for this game. Okay, I do have extra DLC characters for this game to add to it. And the extra DLC characters for this game are She-Hulk, Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Groot, Rocket, Raccoon, Mantis, Moon Knight, Captain Britain, Union Jack, Iceman, Colossus, Beast, Blink, Psylocke, Nightcrawler, Jean Grey, Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, The Thing. Then we have Silver Surfer and Nova on here. Then the last characters, we've got Black Bolt, Polaris, Domino, Werewolf by Night, Man Thing, Luke Cage, Photon, Sentry, A-Bomb, and then last but not least, Namor the Submariner. So we have we have basically adding, let's see, hold on. We've got 32 extra DLC characters added, plus the 31 characters that we have for already on base roster for Marvel characters. And add both of those, you basically have 64 hero characters for the Marvel side of it. Now I do have villain characters I have chosen for this game as well, because now for the villain characters, this is who I chosen for the villain characters. I chosen Loki, Red Skull, Ultron, Doctor Doom, Thanos, Venom, Carnage, Green Goblin, Electro, Shocker, Doc Ock, Lizard, Whiplash, which is one of the Iron Man villains, Mandarin, Yellow Jacket, Killmonger, Abomination, Red Hulk, Bullseye, Magneto, Juggernaut, Omega Red, Taskmaster, Ronan the Accuser, Baron Mordo, Absorbing Man. Those are for Marvel's villains. So I got 26 Marvel villains that I wrote down. Now I do have DLC Marvel villains that I've added to this list as well. For DLC extra villain characters, we have Blackheart, Dracula, Hela. We have Nightmare, Moonstone, Marvel's version of Enchantress. We have Agonith. We have Madame Pryor, Mysterio, Mystique, Apocalypse, Mephisto, Dormammu, Sandman, and then the ice villain, Blizzard. And then, of course, we have a couple other villains such as the Beyonder and Speed Demon, who was part of the Squadron Supreme Marvel team. And then, of course, like I said, Beyonder, and then Speed Demon. So, I feel like, with the characters that I have for villain-wise, there's a total of 41 villains for the Marvel side of the universe, and then you have 64 hero characters. Of course, though, I think a big roster like that would actually be really insane. And so basically, adding all these characters from the heroes of Marvel, and then the villains of Marvel. Excuse me, guys. Pretty much adds a roster of 107 characters for this Marvel game. I would actually love to see an actual Marvel NRS Marvel fighting game that had a total of 107 character rosters. Because, I really think fighting games now, especially if you have Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero that has a 164 character roster, I think fighting games need to kind of start going into the bigger roster routes of characters and just, create this ultimate fighting game. I mean, yeah, you're going to have characters that nobody wants to play with, sort of thing, but I feel like the more the merrier, the more options you have. Of course, though, you have a lot of people that like to do stuff with combos and things like that with their fighter characters, but, I feel like I'm one of those ones when it comes to fighting games. I like to kind of experiment with each fighter. so I can kind of figure out what I want to experiment with and who I want to use as a team with and things like that. So like that's what I like doing when it comes to fighting games, though. But I think this would actually be really cool for a fighting game, a Marvel NRS fighting game from NetherRealm Studios. I think Ed Boon would actually getting this actually made would actually be really amazing. And this is actually something he actually does want to do. Another a dream game he does talk about is a Marvel vs. DC video game, which he has talked about in the previous past, and he still talks about it, even just a regular Marvel game. So like I feel like this would actually be really something cool for Marvel to get us a Marvel fighting game. Um, I think it'll be really interesting, and not just that, but like it would, you know, bring us comic book fans and things like that to a whole, you know, a whole that we grew up with all these different types of characters and stuff from movies, comics to cartoons. So it's like it's just I think it'd be like one of the most coolest things for NetherRealm Studios to do as a Marvel fighting game or a Marvel vs. DC. I do have uh, a roster list for that, but I'll get to that later. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video and everything. I will be doing some more like NRS, a couple more videos of like other game stuff ideas. So until then, this is gonna be it for right now. Post a comment section below if you like this video. Hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as always. And I'll see you next video. And goodbye.